Well, hey, brothers and sisters, Brother Matt back with another message from the Lord. The message I'm going to share today is from this morning, January 12th, 2024. I am grateful, as always, for everybody here on the channel, for those of you that pray for me and encourage me regularly. And I'm just amazed by the way this community has grown and for the spirit of prayerfulness that exists here. If you have prayer requests, please do put them in the comment section so that I can pray for you, so that others can pray for you here. I know many are facing challenging life situations or health situations. It is good that we can pray for each other. We should pray for each other. There may even be ways that we can tangibly meet each other's needs. Like it says in Acts chapter 2, 41 to 47, that, the early church held all things in common. And when they saw somebody that had a need, they provided for that need. There may be a way that we can support each other's actual physical needs somehow. Maybe there's a way that the Lord would create, or maybe there's somebody else in your life that the Lord is calling you to do that for. We should do that. That is what a healthy church does. That's what a healthy church should do. So my desire is that we all be healthy, right? And continuing to pursue him and to occupy, right, until he comes. So I encourage you again with those prayer requests. If you're new to my channel, what I do here is I just read the message that the Lord has given me. There are many other messages I've recorded here. I just read it as it is. I don't add anything to it, any explanation or interpretation or anything else. I just give it to you the way that he gave it to me. And so here in just a moment, I'm going to do that. I want to remind you again, I've taken the first 50 days worth of messages, the messages that came between Passover and Pentecost of 2023, and put them into a book form so that if you want to have a print copy of these things that has all of that stuff laid out and the annotations and the notes and all of those other things that I put together, that's available for you. Of course, it's always available here on YouTube and on Substack. Both of those things are free. The Substack is where I post the text of these messages, and I'll drop the links for all of that stuff down in the description. So it's available to you if you want it. So having said all that, I'm going to start with the January 12th message. I do want to note that during this message, there were some vision kind of things that are here. And so when I get to those things, I'll read them to you as well. I also want you to know that when this message seems to be concluding, there's actually another thing at the end that is worth listening. So make sure you listen to the whole thing, I guess. Having said all that, here we go. January 12th, 2024. I, the Lord, the high and lofty one, the Holy One, he who is faithful, he who is true, he who is called trustworthy, he who is author, he who is perfecter of faith, the maker, he who formed you, who saw you in your unmade state, he who knows the end from the beginning, the one who was and is coming even now, the shaker of the nations, he who is coming to rule with the rod of iron. Look on me and be saved from this wicked generation. Soon shall your faith become sight. I, the Lord, shall speak. Wise is the one who makes me his counsel. Heed my words, O you servants of the Lord. Soon shall I come to gather that which is mine. In a flash, in a twinkling, you shall all be changed. The mortal shall be swallowed up, and the veil shall be lifted. For now you see in part, but soon the fullness shall come upon you. There is great calamity appointed for the earth, tumult and terror, shaking and crumbling of foundations. The mighty ones, these kings of the earth, shall flee to their castles and their caves. But there is nowhere men might hide from me. I am the light that shines in the darkness, and the darkness does not overcome me. But I overcome the darkness, for even the darkness shall be as light to me. You cannot hide. You cannot escape my hand of judgment, for it is for judgment that I come. My justice shall be satisfied upon the earth. For I have weighed you in the scales, O man, and found you lacking. Woe unto you, O nations and kings who resist me, who seek to keep me from what is mine. I will topple your gates. I will shatter your towers. I will shake you out like you shake out a sheet. I have set you for sifting, O nations. Do not look for peace on the earth, for there shall be no peace apart from me. For the sword has been appointed to you. Now, this is where the first kind of vision thing happened. And this is what I said. I said, I feel as if I'm floating, and I could see the earth kind of, myself rising up above the earth, I guess. I could see the earth beneath me, and it is dark. And I could see smoke rising up to the heavens from the earth. And there is silence over the land. There is darkness over the earth, and no light can be seen. And then the Lord spoke again, and the Lord said, flee from this day. Flee from this day. And then my wife, who was with me, asked, how do people flee from that day? And the Lord said, when we get to it, the Lord responded to this and said, let's see, I think I missed something. Yeah, flee from this day. And the Lord responds, only to hide themselves in me. And then the Lord continued with the message. The earth itself cries out to me for the day of restoration. But the old must pass away that the new might come. O my children, do not fear that day, for I shall set you in reserve. I shall keep you in my hand, that the terror of that day shall pass over you, as I passed over all whose houses were marked. So shall I pass over those who are marked by my name, those who have the seal of God on their foreheads. For I have sealed you, and I shall reserve all who are mine from the day of terror. Come unto me. You would be saved from that day. Call on me, he who has the power to save you. For all who call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Therefore repent and turn to me while there is yet time for you. For the time is short, O peoples. I, the Lord, Jesus the Anointed One, he who was spoken of by the prophets, he who was born of a virgin, he who took on flesh and dwelt among you, he who suffered on the cross and bore the full weight of sin, that in me pardon might be achieved for you. I have given you my blood and my body, that through me you might be saved. I am he who was buried in the tomb, who was raised on the third day, he who was seen by my disciples and many others, he who ascended into heaven in the sight of many, he who shall return in like manner. All glory rests upon me, and you shall see me coming on the cloud with my mighty host. For my glory shall fill the earth as the water fills the sea. All you who long for the day, say, come. All you who are weary and long for your rest, say, come. All you who have believed by faith and who long to see me with your eyes, say, come. For I shall come unto you. I, the Lord, have spoken this word to you, that you might declare it to them. For those who have ears to hear and eyes to see, perhaps some will listen and flee from the day. Remain faithful and keep your watch. The enemy would seek to change the times, to coax his way into victory. But even his efforts and his schemes shall I use against him. They have planned for events to set the world on fire, for they think they can control the burn. But they themselves shall be consumed, and their doing shall be their undoing. I will humble them, I will bring them low, for they thought they could exalt themselves even above my throne. But I have laid a great feast for the birds of the air, for they shall feast on the flesh of the kings and the haughty ones. All their ways shall lead to ruin, yet still they rage. Still they hope to escape the day. They are fools to believe their victory is soon at hand. As if any could claim victory over me. O haughty ones, how he has bewitched you, how he has deceived you, to think that you might stand, you who have sought to injure me. I have set a cup before you, and you shall drink it full. For my wrath shall be satisfied, and justice shall be established on you, O nations. I, will tame you. So that is the conclusion of the word from this morning. But there was another kind of vision thing here at the end. And what I saw was the world consumed in fire, darkness and terror. And I see a wall of fire moving down a street. And it's like I was seeing it from inside of a vehicle, like I was driving, trying to get away. And I could see the fire in the road coming in front of me like a wall of fire. And the fire was being blown like it was blown by a tornado. A powerful wind blowing this fire all around, and it was consuming everything. And I said, there is no escaping this. Now, the last thing I want to share is that yesterday morning, after the message that the Lord gave me, I went back to sleep and I had this dream. And in the dream, my kids called me upstairs to look out the window at something. And I went up the stairs and I was looking at the window. We were in some different house, some dream house. And looking out the window, I saw on the horizon 3 suns. And the kids said, look, there's 3 suns in the sky. And it was nighttime. It was dark. And so I looked out and saw these 3 suns on the horizon. And then suddenly they plunged to the earth, plunged to the horizon. And as soon as they hit the horizon, there was a big explosion of fire. And the whole horizon was lit up in flame. And I ran downstairs to my wife and I said, there's fire coming, and I told her I thought how far away it was. But this wall of fire on the horizon coming towards us. So I wanted to share that. I didn't share that in yesterday's message. But then when these kind of vision pieces came today, it seemed to harken back to that. So that's why I wanted to share that. Anyway, brothers and sisters, that's all I've got. And I'm praying for you. Please continue to pray for me. And we will continue to be here for as long as we're here until the day comes. And pray you'll stand strong, stand firm in the Lord. And I'll see you next time, or else I'll see you at the wedding feast, right? Okay, brothers and sisters, take care.